Hi, I'm Tyler Dawson. I'm the deputy editor of the opinion pages at the Ottawa Citizen, and this is Kady O'Malley. She writes about politics for the Ottawa Citizen. And we are down here at Majors Hill Park, where people are, playing croquet and running around and all sorts of lovely summer activities. But the work on the Hill hasn't finished, particularly for the Electoral Reform Committee, and they're back next week. What can we expect?
Yes, there are 12 MPs who are going to spend next week, which I'm sure will be glorious, sitting in a windowless committee room, hearing from mostly academics. It's interesting because in the first round of hearings, they actually heard from the current and former electoral officer. It was very much a sort of mechanical briefing. Now they're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and they're going to be talking to academics from both Canada, around the world. There's a couple of fellows from Ireland that are going to be testifying. They're also going to hear from electoral commissioners and officers in Australia and New Zealand. So we're actually getting down to the big issues of the different options for alternate voting that are available. So I'm expecting to learn a lot and also get a sense of where the parties are coming at this issue from.
Well, that sounds like fun. And one of the maybe unexpected, maybe not unexpected things that has come up is online voting. Sort of this, some people love it, some people hate it. We'll get the millennials out, they can, vote on their iPads or whatever, and people get sort of all hot and bothered about it. Where do we see that going?
That's one of the, it's interesting because that's actually one of the that's in the terms of reference for the committee, but it was mostly overlooked because we were all much more interested, understandably, in the alternate voting systems, which is kind of the big story. The Liberal MPs especially seemed very keen on discussing both the pros and cons of online voting and how you would move to that kind of system with the electoral officers who appeared last time round. I'm not sure if we'll hear from that again, but it wouldn't surprise me. What's interesting is it's not just about getting out the youth, it's also access for people, particularly an aging population, where you may have people for whom it would be much easier to not have to, truck out to a polling station, not because they're lazy or apathetic, but because they simply can't get there. So the security issues are still very much a concern, and I suspect that that's what we're going to hear a lot about.
Next week, you can follow along with all of this if you're not busy out lawn bowling and playing croquet. OttawaCitizen.com will have all your information. This has been This Week in Politics on the Hill.